Can we talk about assholes on dating apps for a sec? I could not carry on the conversation. I really could not. I just have such a problem with people who are so selfish. I really do. I don't know, maybe I'm a little too empathetic, but I didn't have it. You know what I did? I found that little slidey thing and I went unmatched.
Failure is your destiny.
I cannot believe the audacity of a grown-ass man to say what he said to me. Okay? Check this out. Check out what he said. Okay? How dare you fat shame me? Okay? How dare you? That is just... Who does that? What grown man fat shames a grown woman? Okay, look. If I'm not your cup of tea, that's fine. That's totally okay. He kind of really wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not into like buff, muscly dudes and just not my type.
Liar!
Gentlemen, welcome back to another video of women dating after divorce, getting disrespected left, right and center. But thinking about it, I wouldn't say disrespected because they never deserved respect in the first place. But you get the idea, gentlemen. They just get trashed all the way around. And it's always funny because, they had that man that was there, that was planning on staying and, helping them through life. But they dished him away. And now they're absolutely miserable. So let's get started with this granny right here.
Can we talk about assholes on dating apps for a sec? So I was chatting with this guy from, I don't know, well, it doesn't matter where he's from, right? And I asked him how his summer was going. And he's like, it's great. I just got back from an 8-day cruise. Okay, I mean, a cruise in the summertime, not my jam. But to each his own, no judgment. The idea of sitting on a boat for 8 days and doing nothing but eating, if that's what you're up to, that's great for you. I'm glad you had a great summer. Right there, I know we're not a match, but I continue the conversation.
Imagine guys not liking cruises. Like, I don't know what person you have to be, but like, you have this woman, probably in her 50s, looks like 60 to me, but I don't know. She knew they're not a match because he liked a hobby or a pastime that she didn't. Bro, what the hell? Like, first red flag is your age. Any woman above 30 who is not in a committed relationship is 99% of the times a huge red flag. So you've come to 50, you're still single, which speaks more about you than the people you've been with. And you come in, showing the whole world that you dismiss men if they have a different hobby that you happen to not like for whatever stupid reason. What the hell, guys? Like, women's standards are one of the most stupid things you can hear on this planet.
So then he tells me he's got like some $6.99 deals through Wyndham Hotels to go visit Hawaii. Hawaii. For real. So I write back and I say, you may want to put those plans on hold for a little bit. And then he's like, LOL, why would I do that? And I kindly had to say that the island of Maui is decimated practically, and that he should check the news or maybe pick up a newspaper once in a while. Something, get cultured. Okay, I didn't phrase it like that, but in a kinder way, I told him to look up the situation in Maui. And then he was like, LOL again. I don't think the entire state is going to be affected. Once again, I was like, they need to replace all of these people without homes. The island, part of the island is decimated. It is going to take more than a year to fix it. And again, he's worried about like losing out on this like $6.99 deal with the hotel. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, we have people who have died. We have people who've lost homes and businesses and their entire lives, and he's worried about a goddamn fucking trip. So I could not carry on the conversation. I really could not. I just have such a problem with people who are so selfish. I really do. I don't know, maybe I'm a little too empathetic, but I didn't have it. You know what I did? I found that little slidey thing and I went unmatched. I'm not going to pick a fight with him, but clearly we were not a match, and his ignorance and selfishness really pissed me off. That's my dating story of the day.
There's nothing more sweet than pissing off a bitter feminist, you know, a piss and vinegar feminist. There's nothing sweeter, gentlemen, I tell you. But, you know, guys, I'm sure for most of you, you're watching this and you're getting, you know, such a pain in the butt from watching this wound for a minute. Imagine what it will be for your whole life, man. Imagine what it will be. So these videos, pretty self-explanatory. No one will survive a day with this woman, let alone a year, let alone a full life. So you can see why she's single at 50.
And I didn't even go on a date with him.
Hey guys, so story time. So I was divorced about 5 months ago after being with the same person for 17 years of my life. And I'm only 33. So the last time I dated, I was a teenager. So this is all really brand new, really scary for me. So a few months ago, I went on Tinder, signed up for Tinder. Woo! Yeah, anyways,
What a huge, massive red flag. I'll never get tired of saying it, gentlemen. Any woman on Tinder is a massive red flag. Women are so, you know, it's so easy for them to find partners regardless of their age. When they're 20, it's the easiest, but even at 30, they can easily find someone. Like a woman who is on Tinder, it's only acceptable if they're above 35, like they're 40, 50, you know, and they happen to be a widow or something like that. This is the only women that are not a red flag. All the other women, huge red flag. They are literally surrounded by people who they could have relationships with, but they have to go on Tinder. Like, especially women in their 20s who are on Tinder, it's obvious to me that they're there just to get smashed.
Another story time. So there was one guy in particular on there that I was talking to. He was cute. So I sent him a snap. He added me on Snap. I sent him a risque photo, and he snapped me back, and I never opened it. It honestly got buried in my snaps and just kind of forgot about it. So this morning,
before she continues, gentlemen, it just really shocks me how like irresponsible these women are, like fatherless behavior even when they get to 30 and they're supposed to be, you know, a grown person. Like, what is this? Break up with a 17-year-old relationship and then go on Tinder for a while, start sharing risky photos to strangers. Like, what the hell is going on, man? What are these people? Have they ever had a father figure or even a mother figure to show them like some basic levels of decency? What are you doing sharing your body to a person you don't even know? I just don't get it, guys.
I wake up and I got another snap from him, right? He had replied to a selfie I had posted on story last night. And guys, I cannot believe the audacity of a grown-ass man to say what he said to me, okay? Check this out. Check out what he said, okay? How dare you fat shame me, okay? How dare you? That is just... Who does that? What grown man fat shames a grown woman? Okay, look.
I don't know, what grown woman shares naked pictures to a stranger?
Look, if I'm not your cup of tea, that's fine. That's totally okay. He kind of really wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not into like buff, muscly dudes. I'm just not my type.
Yeah, sure. I've heard this from quite a few women, guys, telling that, you know, muscular women are not really my type. Guys, I don't know if someone believes that. If you do, please don't. It's the biggest lie you'll ever hear. They are instinctively drawn to men who are muscular. It's the same as men liking good melons or a great behind. I don't know, men just do, right? I don't know any man who doesn't like it, and I don't know any woman who doesn't like a muscular man. I know women who say they don't, but that's a lie, of course.
But I gave it a shot and I just wasn't really interested. Well, I guess, he didn't take too kindly to me just not responding to his messages. But, you could have just deleted me and moved on with your life. Instead, you had to come over here and fat shame me. Okay, so let's get something straight here. This body has birthed 2 children, okay? And then 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with fatty liver disease, which makes it really, really difficult for me to lose weight. And actually, as a matter of fact, I used to weigh almost 400 pounds, and I've lost half of that. So the audacity for you to come over here and say, I'm 500 pounds, or ever heard of a treadmill? Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's not like I don't exercise. If I didn't exercise, I would be 500 pounds. Okay, and I'm going to show y'all, okay? Because I'm not afraid to show who I am, okay? This is my body, okay? This is me. And I am completely, perfectly happy and content in the body that I'm in.
You're so happy. Why are you crying as a river right now? It's the funniest thing when someone says that they are not mad at something while they whine and cry about it for 2 hours. People who don't care, they forget about it in the next 5 seconds and they don't mention it. Or they say something like, okay, that's what you think, I really don't care. That's it. Like people who whine about it and make a TikTok about it, but then go to say that, well, but I feel happy in my body,
Okay, but how about let's make the internet show this guy how we feel about fat shaming people.
And now we're going to show his account for the whole internet to see, so he gets aggressively attacked by a mob of body positivity morons. Damn, but she's not pissed about it, gentlemen.
This comment is hilarious because you said there are more of y'all divorced than married. Bottom of the barrel bras. Nobody wants sprinkle. And the reason this is hilarious to me is because we're divorced because we don't want you. So if you actually look at your own data that you're regurgitating, then you will find out that 70% of Black women are the ones who are filing from the divorce because we do not want to spend the rest of our lives with y'all. Because y'all are the bottom of the barrel dudes, okay? And that increases to 80% of Black women filing for divorce from y'all if that woman is college educated. So this is why I love when y'all pop up on my page and really think y'all saying something, because y'all, it seems like every single time that y'all think y'all are insulting us or have like a gotcha moment with us, you're actually insulting yourselves.
Yo, well, so I've heard this comment quite a few times of women saying, the reason why 80% of women file for divorce is because men suck and women have to flee from the situation. Okay, if your husband sucked, how come you're still single at 40, at 50, you were in your 30s, you will be in your 50s? How come? It's either you are the problem, or it's either all the male population in your area is the problem. It's one of those, which one do you think is more likely? And guys, some women who happen to know what a man wants and how to keep a man, wow, shocker, they get married and they don't leave their husband and they live happily. How can they do that? If all men in your area are a-holes, how do some women find a partner and keep him? It's magic, guys. I don't know. It seems like you could be the problem of why, your stupid high standards are what makes this 70 and 80%.
Because if someone divorces you, that means that they no longer want to be bothered with you. That means that they don't want you in their house. That means they don't want to look at you. That means they are sick of you. That means they would rather be single than to be with you. Just in case you were confused, and it sounds like you are.
Guys, most men, when they get divorced, well, when their woman files for divorce, I've heard this from so many men, or they leave a relationship or something and they say, you know what, man, I feel like a weight has been put off my shoulders. They start to live happy after that. I'm talking about toxic relationships. The ones that women refer to, the one this woman is probably talking about, her husband is probably right now living off happier because he doesn't have such a burden in his life. Now, of course, he lost a lot of his assets and probably his children if he had any. But you know, when it comes to one-on-one relationships between the woman and the man, let me tell you, I've heard from so many men that, you know, when their partner leaves, they just feel that the world is brighter.
Confused, and it sounds like you are.
Are you tired of getting catfished? These dating apps are full of catfish, as we all.
Okay, so I have a brand new method or an additional method for catching a catfish, because it seems like they kind of go in trends. I mean, you know, maybe they're sharing like best practices on the company Slack channel or something. It used to be, you know, they were all like airline attendants or, you know, international pilots. Now their new thing is starting off conversations the same way. Something like, I am so pleased to be matching with you successfully, lovely lady, or something like that. So what I do is I tell them the same thing. And then, of course, they're going to come in with, how are you on this beautiful day, lovely lady? And I tell them, not so great. And then they're like all concerned. They're like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? And then I'll tell them the zinger. My boyfriend broke up with me because his stupid fat wife found out about us. And who's going to pay my rent now? What do you do for a living? They blow out of there so fast, sometimes they leave skid marks. And I think this would work for men too, you know, looking for a sugar mama that, you know, it has a husband or something. So try it. Let me know how it goes.
This is the last video, guys, and we'll end with this comment. It's really funny when women get divorced and they think that they're gonna make it, that they're gonna find the next best thing, that they're gonna find the greener patch of grass, and they only you know, they're only left with miserable dating app experiences, catfishes, men who don't care about them in the slightest, men who pump and dump them and play them around. It's so funny. And you know, guys, all of those divorces, the 70%, 80% initiated by women, and the high stats of divorce, let me tell you, they are initiated by women who do not know how to pick a man. The women who know how to pick a good partner, they rarely, hardly, you know, end in divorce, because they know how to pick good men, and they have what it takes to keep them. Okay, these are not the relationships that fall apart. Most of the divorces, gentlemen, are you know, come to happen because of women who do not know how to pick a partner, and in most of the cases they are not a good partner either, you know. So it's always the same case. Yeah, in some cases the dude is also an a-hole, but let's not forget, you picked him. You picked him among the many other men who wanted to have something with you. So it's either you are the a-hole or he is the a-hole. I don't care who is the a-hole. In the end, it's you who who did more wrong than good. So let's not forget that for all the divorces, women are the ones who should be more accountable, because they just so happen to be the natural selectors of our species. They are the ones who choose to whom to get married. But we'll leave off with that, gentlemen. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you for your time of day, and I hope I made it a little bit better. I'll see you next time.